I used to have a thought that would come around 1 a.m. when I finally decompressed. It didn't happen every night, but enough nights that I started to notice it. Everything in my business was working. My clients were happy, my standards were high. I was showing up fully every single day. I would lie in bed thinking, when will life come together for me? Not for my clients or for my business, for me. When do I get to enjoy this life of mine? That question sat with me for months. I was definitely in an edge. What I found out on the other side of it changed everything about how I work and live. Picture this. I'm behind a chair with private clients. I'm good at this work. I mean, really good. Not just technically. I'm fully present. I care about my clients who sit in the chair. I know their lives, their relationships, and what keep them up at night. Somewhere in those conversations, I keep hearing the same thing over and over. They're missing out on key life moments with their kids, with their loved ones, no energy left for when they get home to be. While sacrificing for their desired careers, they were quietly losing in life. We talk about slowing down, why it matters to be present, brainstorming ways so that work doesn't consume them, essentially cleaning up energetic leaks. I was given that advice every single day. All while, after my last client, cleaning up the salon, I get in my car, and guess what? I had nothing left. I was missing in my own life. I disappeared in my story. The irony was not lost on me. I was urging my clients not to miss their lives when I needed to lead myself in that just as much as they did. This wasn't a lack of knowledge nor a lack of awareness. It was a priority issue. Here's what I want you to consider from my experience. The exhaustion you feel after your last client on a Saturday is not from the work. You love this work. You're good at this work. The work is not what's draining you. What's draining is the gap between the life you're living and the life you know is possible. Carrying that gap is exhausting. Pretending it isn't there is even more exhausting. I was disciplined. I maintained my standards. I gave my work everything. And I was doing it while accumulating silent resentment, not towards my clients or my business, towards myself. I kept choosing work over life every day, telling myself that life would come later. After the business was set up, after the systems were working, after I had more clients, after I raised my prices, and after never came because I hadn't decided it was allowed to come just yet. The stylists I work with in coaching are some of the most capable, disciplined, talented women I know. By no means are they failing and they aren't lazy. They've been operating from a belief that their life is the reward for their work, but the work never gets complete, so life never starts. What if enjoying your life isn't something that happens after your business is functioning well? What if it starts the moment you take radical responsibility for how your life feels right now? Not someday, not next quarter, today. That's not a motivational statement. That's a decision. Now, I'm not going to tell you to work less, and I'm not going to give you a morning routine. That 1 a.m. I thought, when does this come together for me? That was the moment, that was the honest moment of my day. Everything else I was doing before that was performing. At around 1 a.m., when the night got still and the performance stopped, is when the real question surfaced. Now, I know there's a 1 a.m. question sitting rent free in your mind. And that question is not a problem to solve, it's a signal. Believe me, it's not going to stop pressing until you take it seriously. And honestly, it shouldn't. What would it look like to decide right now, in one small way, the life you want gets to exist alongside the work, not after, not instead of it, alongside it? I want you to sit with that. Enjoying your life is not the reward for your work. It's the standard we hold while we do it. That's the mental shift. And here's what I want you to notice. It doesn't just change when you feel, it changes how you run your week, your schedule, your decisions. The next video is about the hairstylist schedule because we also need to chat about whether you're building a progressive career or you just gave yourself a job. Yes, we're going there today.